A Gest of Robyn Hode, the third Fytte, 144–204, by Frank Sidgwick. Argument. The narrative of the knight's loan is for the moment dropped, in order to relate a jest of Little John, who is now, 81.2, the knight's knave, or squire. Going forth, upon a merry day, Little John shoots with such skill that he attracts the attention of the Sheriff of Nottingham, who is here and elsewhere the type of Robyn Hode's enemies, and enters his service for a year under the name of Reynold Greenleaf. While the sheriff is hunting, Little John fights his servants, robs his treasure house, and escapes back to Robyn Hode with £300 and more. He then bethinks him of a shrewd wile, and inveigles the sheriff to leave his hunting in order to see a right fair hart and 70 of deer, which turn out to be Robyn and his men. Robyn Hode exacts an oath of the sheriff, equivalent to an armistice, and he returns home, having had his fill of the greenwood. The third Fytte 144. Lith and Leicester, gentlemen, all that now be here, of Little John, that was the knightest man, good mirth ye shall hear. 145. It was upon a merry day that young men walled Gauchete. Little John fet his bowie onone, and Sadie he walled them meet. 146. 3 times Little John shed about, and alwy he slet the wand. The proud Sheriff of Nottingham by the marks can stand. 147. The Sheriff swore a full great oath, by Hym that died on a tray, this man is the best archer that ever yet saw I me. 148. Say me no, white young man, what is no thy name? In what country were thou born, and where is thy wanning wain? 149. In Holderns, sir, I was born, Iwys. Al of my dame. Men call me Reynold Greenleaf whan I am at home. 150. Say me, Reynold Greenleaf, wald thou dwell with me? And every year I wall thee give 20 mark to thy fee. 151. I have a maester, Sadie Little John, a courteous knight is he. May ye leve gete. Of Hym, the better may it be. 152. The Sheriff gate Little John 12 moneths of the night, therefore he gave him right onone a gold or and a white. 153. No is Little John the Sheriff's man, God lend us well to speed. But alwy thought Little John to quite. Hym welle his mead. 154. No so God me help, Sadie Little John, and by my true luty, I shall be the worst servant to Hym that ever yet had he. 155. It fell upon a Wednesday the Sheriff on hunting was gone, and Little John lay in his bed, and was forriate at home. 156. Therefore he was fastinged till it was past the noon. Good Sir Steward, I pray to thee, give me my diner, Sadie Little John. 157. It is long for Greenleaf fastinged thus for to be. Therefore I pray thee, Sir Steward, my diner give me. 158. Shalt thou never eat nay drinky, Sadie the steward, till my lord be come to town? I make mine avow to God, Sadie Little John, I had lever to crake thy crown. 159. The bottler was full uncourteous, there he stowed on floor. He start to the boatery and shut fast the door. 160. Little John gave the bottler such a tap his back went ne'er in two. Though he lived in 100 wire, the worse should he go. 161. He sporned the door with his faute, it went open well and fine, and there he made large livery, both of ale and of wine. 162. Sith ye wall not dine, Sadie Little John, I shall give you to drink, and though ye live an 100 winter, on Little John ye shall think. 163. Little John eat, and Little John drank, the while that he walled. The Sheriff had in his kitchen a coke, a stout man and a bold. 164. I make mine avow to God, said the coke, thou art a shrewd hind in any house for to dwell, for to ask thus to dine. 165. And there he lent Little John gold strokes 3. I make mine avow to God, Sadie Little John, these strokes liked well me. 166. Thou art a bold man and hardy, and so thinketh me, and or I paw fro this place a sade better shalt thou be. 167. Little John drew a full goad sword, the coke took another in hand. They thought no thing for to fle, but stiffly for to stand. 168. There they fought sore togadeer 2 mile way and well. More, might nether other harm done, the mount nonce of an hour. 169. I make mine avow to God, said Little John, and by my true lute. Thou art one of the best sword men that ever yit sawe I me. 170. Couldest thou showed as well in a bowie, to greenwood thou shuldest with me, and 2 times in the year thy clothing each chonged should be. 171. And every year of Robyn Hode 20 merk to thy fay. Put up thy sword, Sadie the coke, and follows wall we be. 172. Than he fed to Little John the noumbles of a dew, goad breed, and full goad wine. They eat and drank thereto. 173. And when they had drunken well, their troths togader they plight that they walled be with Robyn that ilk same night. 174. They dyd them to the tresor house, as fast as they might gone. The locks that were of full goad steel, they brake them everich one. 175. They took away the silver vessel, and all that thee might get. Pessis, massars, nace bonus, walled thee not forget. 176. Also they took the goad pens, £300 and more, and did them straight to Robyn Hode, under the greenwood whore. 177. God thee save, my dear Maester, and Christe thee save and say. And than said Robyn to Little John, welcome might thou be. 178. Also be that fair yeoman thou bringest there with thee, what tidinges fro Nottingham. Little John, tell thou me. 179. Well thee gretteth the prode sheriff, and sendeth thee here by me his coke and his silver vessel, and £300 and 3. 180. I make mine avow to God, said Robyn, and to the trenite, it was never by his goad will this goad is come to me. 181. Little John there hym bethought on a shrewd wile. 5 mile in the forest he ran, hym happed all his will. 182. Then he met the prode sheriff, hunting with houndess and horn. Little John cooed of courtesy, and knelled hym beforn. 183. God thee save, my dear Maester, and Christe thee save and say. Reynold Greenleaf, Sadie the Sheriff, where hast thou no be? 184. I have be in this forest. A fair sight can I say, it was one of the fairest sighties that ever yet saw I me. 185. Yonder I saw a right fair hart, his colour is of green. 7 score of deer upon a herd be with hym all biding. 186. Their tindas are so sharp, Maester, of sexty, and well mow, that I durst not shoot for drade, lest they walled me slow. 187. I make mine avow to God, said the Sheriff, that sight walled I fain say. Busk you thitherward, my dear Maester, Anone, and Wendy with me. 188. The Sheriff rode, and Little John of Fytte he was full smerte, and when they came before Robyn, lo, sir, here is the Maester hurt. 189. Still stode the prode Sheriff, a sorry man was he. Woe the worth, Reynold Greenleaf, thou hast betrayed no me. 190. I make mine avow to God, said Little John, Maester, ye be to blame. I was myserved of my diner when I was with you at home. 191. Sown he was to super set, and served well with silver white, and when the Sheriff saw his vessel, for sorrow he might not eat. 192. Make glad share, said Robyn Hode, Sheriff, for charite, and for the love of Little John thy life I grant to thee. 193. Wan they had souped. Well, the day was all gone. Robyn commanded Little John to draw of his hosen and his shoon. 194. His kirtle, and his coat of pie, that was furred well and fine, and took hym a green mantle, to lap his body therein. 195. Robyn commanded his white young men, under the greenwood tree, they should lie in that same suit that the Sheriff might them see. 196. All night lay the prode Sheriff in his bresh and in his shirt. No wonder it was, in greenwood, though his sight is gone to smerte. 197. Make glad share, Sadie Robyn Hode, Sheriff, for Charite. For this is our ordre iwys under the green woad tree. 198. This is harder order, Sadie the Sheriff, than any onkir or frere, for all the gold in mery England I wald nat longe dwell her. 199. All this 12 months, Sadie Robyn, thou shalt dwell with me. I shall thee tesh, prode Sheriff, an outlaw for to be. 200. Or I be here another night, Sadie the Sheriff, Robyn, no pray I thee, smite of min heed rather tomorrow, and I forgive it thee. 201. Let me go, then Sadie the Sheriff, for Saint Charite, and I wall be the best of frienday that ever yet had ye. 202. Thou shalt swear me an oath, Sadie Robyn, on my bright brond. Shalt thou never await me scathe by water nay by land. 203. And if thou find any of my men, by night or by day, upon thin oath thou shalt swear to help them that thou may. 204. Now hath the Sheriff sworn his oath, and home he began to gon. He was as full of green woad as ever was hepe of stone.